moving on to basketball.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that was the
lead
theme
us
song.
off. We are getting in. We're speaking about getting to playoff baseball. The WNBA is getting to their playoffs as well. So
Mm-hmm.
leads on to what we've got as we close out the season.
Let's pray for my internet real quick.
All right.
So Las Vegas Aces played the Indiana Fever twice this past week, with the Aces winning both games. The first was an 86-75, with Asia Wilson breaking Jewel Lloyd's single-season scoring record with 27 points, 12 rebound, double-double. She also breaks the 1,000 point in a season. Just no one has done that before. Asia is. She's the MVP. We'll get into it. The second was 78-74, with CC breaking Alyssa Thomas's single season assist record with an 18.10 assist double-double. Asia had 15 points, 17 rebound, double-double in the second game. Just like these two, you got your MVP, you got your Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
It's pretty much decided. But let's watch the plays where Asia and Caitlin break their records.
Yeah. Here's the first one. Oh. She did it.
She did it.
Yeah.
Did the damn thing, man.
Did that thing.
There's a funny moment of this is a meme that existed from last season, and I love that it's being brought back, but now this time for Asia breaking Jewel Lloyd's point record.
Yeah. Oh shit. What's up?
Yeah.
All rise, motherfucker.
Yeah. I can just hear a glass break in the background.
Yeah. Oh my god! My god, that's Asia Wilson's music!
It's Asia Wilson! Oh god!
She's come here to break another scoring record.
Oh look, she's running down the... She's only got one right leg!
Yeah. Here's Caitlin Clark.
Just like all them assists.
Facilitate.
She was doing a little no look on that one.
I wonder if she's going to tan in the off season.
Probably not.
I am... Alright. I know I'm getting to the last video, but it just dawned on me. It's just a question for you all. That first Fever playoff game, depending on when it is or who they play, what do you think the rating's going to be for that?
Through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, like talking about like just viewership or
yeah,
because
they're going to compete against, and that's the big thing is that they're competing against football. So we really see the power of where they are now.
Yeah.
I still think it'll be high.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
At least 10, you know.
And I think with any of those, I don't even think they take an average. They'll probably just take like the highest point like when people are watching, and if it's a close game, more people are going to tune in. If at the end, if not, then a lot of that's going to be in the beginning for people to see the tip off.
Yeah.
And just for fun, Chelsea Gray, she's the no look pass queen, and I just wanted to show this play because I'm just like, she's saucy.
Mm-hmm. This is the music that you're gonna listen to from my voice as we sit here and watch Chelsea Gray have really cool effing pass.
I mean, come on.
Dude. Yeah.
And we saw that all through the Olympics, and she's just like, I'm going to continue this. This is what I do. I'm just cool.
That's just, saucy.
Saucy. But I want to speak a little bit more on Asia. Not only did she break the scoring record, she also broke a record that was broken a little earlier this year. She broke Angel Reese's single-season rebound record with 451. Angel has 446. Fortunately, Angel is will not get that record back because of being injured. On a side note, Derica Hamby also breaks Lisa Leslie's single season rebound record for the LA Sparks franchise with 361 so far, and she's fourth overall for the year. Asia is also on her way to having the highest single season player efficiency rating with 35.23 of any player in basketball history, male or female. She's better than Joker, better than LeBron, better than Lauren Jackson, Candace Parker, Elena Del Don, and countless other NBA and WNBA players. Like, she's not just breaking WNBA records, she's breaking basketball records.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark, she, like I alluded to before we went live today, about how like records are made to be broken, and the score, and what Caitlin Clark is on is Diane Taurasi, at least just all-time scoring record, DT holds that. She did it in 20 years. She's on her 21st year, and it looks like it's never getting touched. But the way that Caitlin is going, she might break it in 12, which is crazy. Kind of the same thing, it just took, and like I said, Pistol Pete, he's still the all-time points scorer in college basketball history. And Caitlin Clark technically she is actually in all collegiate sports as far as basketball, men and women. Caitlin is the all-time scorer in NCAA basketball history. So this doesn't surprise me because, for one thing, Asia is just that damn good.
Yeah. And I just want to look. Asia is the best basketball player of all time, male or female. Let's look at some of these stats. She's first in points per game, first in field goals made, win shares, offensive rating, offensive win shares, player efficiency rating. She's first in blocks, first in rebounds, first in defensive win shares, and she's third in steals. Like, just these are her stats for this year. Crazy.
If her and Bam are actually a thing and they end up having a kid, I wonder if they have a gender reveal party, if just random collegiate coaches just show up, like for the men's and women's, because they don't know what it is. They're like, all right, and just have letter of intent ready. Just like, all right, it's a boy. And then it's like Rick Pitino out of nowhere. Hey, so anyway, just bear with me here. I'm still going to be coaching 18 years from now. So let's just go ahead and get this done.
Right. But just unequivocally MVP. She deserves it. It's hers. Going on, we have the Fever then win 110 to 109 to the Dallas Wings. Cece drops 35 points. Kelsey Mitchell with 30. Arike and Sato Sabali both dropped 27. Natasha Howard had 26.10 rebound double-double. Then we have Tina Charles. She continues her double-doubles with 20.10 rebound double-double in Atlanta's 76-73 win against Washington Mystics, and a 16.14 rebound double-double in Atlanta's 86-70 win against Chicago. We have Brianna Stewart goes off in the Liberty game against the Lynx with 38 points and 18 rebounds. Unfortunately for Stewie, it wasn't enough for the Liberty to win, with the Lynx beating them 88-79. Other than Sabrina Ionescu, no other Liberty player was in double-digit scoring. So, I didn't watch this game, but I can assume that it probably was like Stewie and Sabrina playing really well, and the rest of the Liberty kind of like, we got first place. We don't need to play. We can just kind of chill. First place is ours. We have Aces continue their winning streak, beating the Sun 84-71, with Asia was one rebound away from a double-double with 29 points. The Phoenix Mercury beat Chicago 93-88. BG got a 26.10 rebound double-double. DT dropped 25 points. They still got it. Still got it. And then Natasha Cloud got an 18.11 assist double-double. Outside of the stats or the games, but the Las Vegas Aces sold out their season tickets for 2025, becoming the first WNBA team to ever sell out of its season ticket allotment in back-to-back seasons. But tomorrow is the last day of the regular season before we get to the playoffs. If the standings stay the same after tomorrow's games, these are the matchups, and I want you guys to put your predictions on the line right now. We got the Liberty versus Atlanta Dream, number 1 versus 8. Who you going, Josh?
Portland Trailblazers. No, I'm going the Liberty. I mean, they're my favorite. been about halfway through the season where you can just tell they're making that next step. With Ionesco and I always forget her name. I don't
Stewie.
know what Stewie. Yeah, Brown Stewart. Jesus, come on, brain. One day you're going to remember of all those names that you have in your head. I blame fantasy football. That's it. That's what I'm going to say. I'm blaming fantasy football. There's too many NFL names in my freaking head. But I'm going with the Liberty. I mean, they're my favorite to win. Anything is any given Saturday, Sunday, or whenever they're playing during the playoffs, and obviously it's best of 7 series. I think the first
This is
round
a
is
best of 3.
3. Okay, and it doesn't it with the finals a best of 7, or is it
I
always
think
best
it's best of 5.
Okay.
So but we'll double check that for you guys. Let us know in the comments if you know. Tvshka, you going number 1? You going an upset?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, hands down the Liberty. I mean, the Dream may not even make it in. I don't think it's fully solidified just yet, right? So
yeah,
they're a game ahead of the Chicago Sky and Washington. Can't remember what their team name is. Mystics, thank you. No, hands down, Liberty. Like, yeah, Stewie's gonna run.
And we got number 2 Minnesota Lynx versus number 7 Phoenix Mercury. We have Nafisa Collier with a quietly good year with the Lynx, and the Lynx quietly doing really well, but not getting a lot of media attention. And then you got DT and BG. Who you going, Tvshka?
I gotta go DT. I mean, I know it's a long shot. I mean, like you said, the Lynx have not gotten a whole lot of love in the media. Them being Minnesota, it's a small town market. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's go DT. Finish strong. Let's get something for the accolade for your legendary status. Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
I mean, I have to go with Minnesota. They're just they're so fun to watch. They move the ball so fluidly. They know their cuts. They're very well coached, and it just feels like every time you think you chip away at them, it doesn't matter what punches you throw them. Just feels like they have an answer for it. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota based off of that. Even though Phoenix has the name players, but kind of going back here is kind of relates to the NBA. Minnesota is kind of like the Pistons when they won it with like they were the only NBA champion team when they had their 75 year and they had the 75 best players in NBA history and whatnot. None of them were on it. They're the only NBA team to, so that's the power of a unit, and that's what Minnesota is, and it's the power of the unit. The power of the unit's always gonna be better than one individual, so that's why I'm going with Minnesota.
And they got the Olympic gold medal coach coaching them. Now the next matchup, if things stay tomorrow, Connecticut Suns number 3 versus number 6 Indiana Fever. Who you going with, Josh?
This is what everyone wants is the Fever.
Yeah.
I mean they've been on a roll, yes, and they've been up and down, but this one in the next matchup I am really interested to watch because I think the other two are gonna. I think obviously Liberty's gonna sweep whoever they play. A Liberty, but with Minnesota, I just think they're a better team. But just Fever in Connecticut, and then the next one, I'm leaning towards the Fever just because they're playing very well right now.
Who you going with, Tvshka?
I mean, storyline you want the Fever, but I mean you got to give the Suns their due as well. They've had a heck of a season, and the Fever. I mean, as of late, I mean, they haven't been able to get past the Lynx, being able to get past the Aces. So, I mean, the top tier teams they've struggled with. But I believe in the last outing against the Sun, the Fever did take it 80-84. So, I mean, it's definitely a really good proving ground and year for them. I just think they're going to fall short, but that's just going to make them that much better of a team next year whenever they do a championship run.
I see this match a lot of the matchup of momentum because the Connecticut Sun had the momentum at the beginning of the year. They went, I think they broke the record of undefeated games in a row at the beginning of the year, and then the Indiana Fever have the momentum right now. They had a bad start to the year, have better momentum, so it'll be interesting if momentum is going to play a factor in this game. So that's going to be a fun matchup. And then the next one I think is going to be a super fun matchup. Yeah. Number 4 Las Vegas Aces versus number 5 Seattle Storm. Tvshka, who you got?
I mean, come on now. It's the Aces. I think it's the Aces championship to lose. Honestly, I mean, no disrespect to the Liberty. It's just they're on a tear as a team. They're having you can just tell they're having a lot of fun, and I mean, I'm really just kind of looking at the Chiefs. They're the NFL, and it's just like the ones that are like doing it and having fun doing it. It just seems like that stays with them attitude-wise into the playoffs, and that just equals longevity. It's the ones that kind of are bickering or a little bit too hard on it. Usually kind of crumble at the end. So I like the Aces in it, but the Storm absolutely incredible, and it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, you really could throw any of these 8 teams kind of in the mix. Maybe not the Dream, but everybody else.
And Josh, who you got?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite matchup of the first round, easily. Just because you've got Skylar Diggins out there talking shit to Kelsey Plum the whole time, and like the way Seattle plays, I mean they muddy the waters. So it's they're coming out there, they're gonna punch you right in the mouth and just say bring it. And if you can't take their punches, the thing is they got Asia Wilson. So
Right.
I mean, until Asia shows me that she's not one of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen play the game, I'm going to go with the Aces. Plus, I how I feel about their coach on the court, not off the court. There's a difference of opinion there. But as far as on the court, how I feel about Hammond. So until the Aces lose, I'm pretty much picking them. But I'm really looking forward to this matchup because Seattle, it's just totally two different brands. Styles that they play, and I always like that scrappy team that isn't the prettiest thing to watch on film, but they're still fun to watch because of the way they play.
So if we do have a rematch of Liberty Aces as the final, are you going Liberty or are you going to go Aces?
Just the way the Liberties looked, like they just look like a tier above everyone else, which is crazy because the Aces, it's not like the Aces have gotten worse. I know that we had that back and forth with that one player, but I don't see them getting, but the Liberty are just on a tear.
Yeah.
Ionescu is better than Kelsey. Stewie and Asia, obviously they're going back and forth, but just the Liberty just have a little too much firepower, I think.
And Jeremy coming here, helping us out. First round is best of 3. Everything else is best of 5.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, and I had that pulled up because I was going to read it at the end. The first round of the playoffs features a best of 3 format where the higher seed hosts the first 2 games of the series, and if necessary, the lower seed hosts the decisive game 3. So it's a little bit different of a format than I've seen in some others. The semifinals and WNBA finals, both best of 5 format where the higher seed hosts games 1, 2, and 5.
Connecticut's so happy right now. It's like, yeah, we get to sell out. And Indiana's like, really? Can we make a rule change?
Yeah, well, I mean, just lose one of the games, and then that way you win at home.
Yeah.
For game 4, it'd be good to go.